Welcome to Xbox Uncut's weekly podcast. This is episode 152. It's insane. I can't believe we're in the 150s. Like we're we're working our way to 200. This is crazy talk. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about our amazing cast of people. It's not Vern or Steve because both of them they're gone. They're gone. But I have the wonderful Tim Dog off of a great TXR interview with Aaron Greenberg himself. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I just realized that since this is 152, I might have done half of your shows on TXR. Because I think I came in around the 72. So I am almost, and I mean, maybe I've missed, 7 to 10 shows. I'm getting close to now doing over half of TXR's total shows. So I'm happy about that.
You mean our shows or their shows?
Yeah, your shows.
No, we're not TXR.
No, I meant Xbox Uncut. I'm sorry. Xbox Uncut. I'm sorry. No, but I'm just thinking, like, I've been here now almost half
like
the time.
70 shows. It's crazy, ain't it? Like
crazy.
And you know what's awesome? Is I was going over the telemetry the other day, and we're slowly going up. Like, we keep getting more and more listeners now. So that's good.
Yeah.
It could be slowly going down.
All right. Thanks, Jason, for introducing yourself. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Yeah. Hi. I am here. Yep.
Tim is the hero we need, according to prophecy.
I'm no hero. I'm just happy that Xbox is doing well.
Look, Tim's not a hero. He's a Scorpion King.
Yeah. Scorpion.
I am broke. I am broke.
Are you broke? Yeah.
Oh my god. I know the feeling. I don't
know what I'm going to do.
I'm just
wait till the Forza.
I know this is a
Xbox
rant, but I pre-ordered the 2 terabyte console, right, Tim? I am really tempted to get the Gears of War Elite controller. And then it's like $400 other worth of just games alone.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, it's so much money.
Well, if you want to have a better time, I mean, you could just buy a PS4, and then all you got to buy is The Last Guardian for the rest of the year.
It's
and
true.
You're good to go.
It would be a lot easier on my pocketbook, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I mean, it's funny that I thought about that today. Like, people who say I'm a multi-console owner and stuff like that. Microsoft's making it tough right now to be a multi-console owner. I mean, they really, obviously I'm an Xbox fan, but, they are just pumping out so much stuff where it's so much money that I can't support, PC and, PS4. It's actually at that point, so just mind-boggling money. I bought the freaking, the Gears. I had to buy it. It's special edition too, so it's limited.
Yeah.
For all the things they might have done wrong here and there, Microsoft has done a really good job with releasing hardware you want and software you want, like the Xbox One Slim Gears of War console, I mean, we can go back a little bit, the Lunar controllers. I mean, even that was it wasn't huge, but it was still something that sold well. Same with the Elite controllers, and they're doing a good job with it.
You're seeing them showing strength in hardware, and they never really, from what I remember looking back at the Xbox brand, they've never been super on the hardware, like the controllers, Design Lab. You look at Elite, you look at, honestly, that first console. Now, people I know might not like the full red, but to me, I like it. I find the control. I just find it overall, but it lends itself to being designed with these themed consoles very well. So I really think the Xbox One S is off to a good start.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I saw the well, I guess it's part of news, but the console, it's okay looking. Like, it's fine. We'll talk about it more in a minute. But let's knock out the letters section of the show real quick. Or wait a second, why? Oh, that messed it all up. Damn it.
What'd you do?
Happens. This is what happens when you try to do a podcast and you're not paying attention. I can fix it. I can fix it.
Dusty is a terrible podcast host.
Baby. No? No? Okay. No singing for me. Alright. But let's get right into letters. Let's talk about the Wicked Soul. Let's talk about 6 emails of...
I want to take credit for this
6
because
emails? Come on.
I told Wicked, and Tim was on the podcast, so he heard me. I told Wicked to just annoy the hell out of Vern with letters, but Vern's not here. So all he did was annoy the hell out of us.
So here, let's get started. I think Xbox Uncut should include more consoles in the podcast because Xbox will have no news until 2018.
It's a good point.
It's a good point. However, we just discussed that it's becoming very hard to become a multi-console gamer. Like, Microsoft's kind of been on point with this, so I don't know. Like, I think we have enough games coming out in the near future. We don't need to worry about that.
Dusty, you know what I love about the new way you do the letters is that everyone else in the chat room can enjoy how bad these are.
Hey, I didn't do it specifically for that.
But it works out.
Yes, it does work out that way. And Wicked, your letter was fine. Don't let Jason fucking...
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, Jason's an asshole. Any other opinions on that, or are we good with that part of the email?
I don't agree, but I'll move on.
Okay.
He's being an ass. He's being sarcastic.
Have any of you been addicted to a game where it consumes for your life, and that's all you do? Maybe it's Halo 5 Firefights, Halo Wars, Rocket League, Red Dead Redemption. The person I'm referring to is addicted to Mobile Strike, a mobile game, and it's scary how addicted he is. Wicked. I played a lot of Toilet, aka Halo 5 Firefight. It is something that's extremely fun, and yeah, like I'm kind of addicted to it right now. Felt the same way about Minecraft when I was building worlds with my cousin in creative mode. Like I played probably 2,000 hours of Minecraft. I don't know. What about Yaga? Anything?
For me, it was Ark. You know, I spoke earlier on how I can't do 2 things at once. Well, that was one thing that I could do at once. I could play the game and I could be in the chat and be relevant to the game. I remember I put like 120 hours in that game in the span of 4 weeks, which with me, with my schedule at work and everything that I do, it consumed my life. I remember, I think I called in sick one day because I was sick, and then I was like, oh, well, I played the game all day long, played it off the next day, to the point where I was like, I gotta like stop this. This is too much. So, but that is the option. I like to be caught up in games like that. That to me is when you have done your job or you've got the gamer to that point. So to me, I welcome it. It's just that sometimes it could screw your life up a little, or it can make you very tired like I was, and it was affecting my life a little. So I said I gotta chill.
Yeah. All right, next part of the letter.
I didn't get to answer.
Jason, we all know what your fucking game is. I played 8 million hours of Gary's Mod. I've played 30 million
I
hours.
was going to say, Gary's Mod is a good point. I did spend a shit ton on that. But I was going to say World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft got me hard for a while. And I don't mean that in a sexual way.
Hard, yeah.
But, yeah, I got to say World of Warcraft. When that game originally came out, that was an addictive-ass fucking game. But, yeah. I'm not that way with too many games anymore. But back then, I would literally play. I would get up. I would wake up, play the game, play till I went to bed, and then do it again. Like, that game was pretty fucking insane. I'm done now. You can
done?
stop being awkward.
I'm just trying to be a dick.
You are a dick.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go on to the next letter. Or no, well, yeah, we're gonna call them letters. Scorpio is trash. Scorpio equals trash like a million times. Dash Wicked. All right, Wicked. We understand. uh, next, I bought an
What a
Elgato update from last week. Cool, that's awesome. We hope to see you streaming.
That was the best option. Me and Tim pretty much unanimously agreed on the Elgato.
Yeah.
And I know we were talking in chat. He got the Elgato S, which is the HD 60S, which is really good because that allows you to play on the computer screen without any latency, which is always an awesome option. Let's see. Next letter. If Scorpio fails, should Microsoft quit or go the way of Sega?
What's the difference? What's the difference between them quitting or going the way of Sega? Didn't Sega technically quit and then went the way of Sega?
Well, no, I just think they'll just keep publishing their games on PC. It just it doesn't make a difference. With how they're with how they're positioned now, I don't see them technically being able to fail. Like it's even if they start limiting the amount of Xboxes they sell to down to even 10 million a generation or whatever, and they just sell everything they make first party on PC, and they still get a ton of sales for software wise. So, I mean, why did at that point it doesn't matter? Like they're good to go.
They're changing the.
No, go on. You go.
I was about to say that your question is in the idea of what if Microsoft loses the game? The thing is Microsoft's changing the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hard question to go. Will Microsoft lose, this game of the console wars? Well, they're not really playing the game anymore. They're changing the game. So it's kind of is what they're going to do going to fail? Highly, highly, highly unlikely. Like extremely unlikely, because what they're doing is increasing their audience, which
yeah, I agree. But my answer to Wicked is I actually have a question. What is he gonna do when Scorpio crushes him?
Run.
What is the Wicked-ster gonna do when the Hawkster or the Scorpio-store or whatever Scorpio-store crushes him?
Drops a lawsuit on you. See, I did that. I'm proud of myself. All right. And last but not least, hi there. This is letter 6. I was asked to write, so here it is. Wicked.
Happy face.
I like that one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My favorite
Wicked.
one.
Yeah, you're awesome, Wicked.
I liked the 6th letter the most.
Yeah. Short, sweet, precise.
Good feeling.
Thank you, Wicked. We appreciate all your hard work. We really do.
Now do it next week so you can do it to Vern.
Yes. All right, moving on. Hello! What is the Xbox Scorpio gonna cost when it releases in 2017? Discuss. Hold no bones.
$399.
$399. Yeah, that's my guess.
$499.
$499.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they're gonna go with Zen.
I think they can go with Zen MB $399.
I'm just gonna say I want Zen. I'd still be happy with Scorpio, but if it has Zen, to me that's a big deal. Would the UI and stuff work faster with Zen than versus Bulldozer and the way things navigate the current UI?
Everything would work faster, Tim.
I mean, it's a better CPU. Yeah. I mean,
so,
but honestly,
I kind of knew the answer to that, but I just wanted to fully make sure. I want the Zen for that. I'd pay the extra $100.
Tim, let me change this question up a little bit. What is the lowest price do you think the Scorpio will be?
Lowest?
Yes. Because I think the lowest will be $399. I'm sure there will be
$399 is that answer, yeah. But I don't know.
That's the problem with that answer, because you ask the question and it's like, sure, there'll probably be a SKU at $499, but what's the cheapest SKU going to be at? Like, that's really the question.
Well, I don't think they'd have multiple SKUs with multiple specs.
No, we're not talking about multiple specs, but hard drives. Yeah, they're doing now.
Oh yeah, what do you think the hard drive would be?
500. 500. No, I'm not even shitting you. Like 500 for the $399. Buy an external hard drive. and or just use the external hard drive you already have on your Xbox One. Keep the cost down as low as possible.
I think it's going to be a terabyte. I don't think it's going to be 500 at the
maybe,
least.
I'd say terabyte, 2 terabyte.
maybe.
And then
Is it going to be the Elite type what type of memory do they use?
They use the-
SSHD.
Yeah, they use
Yes,
the hyperdrive.
I think they're going to have that. I think it's going to be a premium product, and I think it's going to be $499 to $549. And people might go crazy when it first comes out, but you're going to get Zen. You're going to get single hard drive. You're going to get a real powerful box. And if you don't like that, you could always get the S. But to me, I honestly, if you're going to ask me personally, and this doesn't even care. I don't care how much it sells, because I think the Xbox One S will sell to keep the brand obviously going. I want a powerful system that I want a Zen, and I want all the specs. I really, at this point, would be very happy. If I hear Zen, that's going to make me very happy.
Well, I think with it being holiday 2017, I think it's within the realm of realistic possibility to be $399 with Zen, a terabyte hard drive, and the GPU. Like, I don't think that's completely unrealistic. Like, let's see.
Even if it's $449, that's huge.
Totally.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I
$449.
think by
I
the
think
end of next
500
year, I'm with
were-
Jason. Like it's not it wouldn't be insane if that was the case.
Like, people
I
think
just
of it
don't
as
want it
like
to-
tomorrow. Like tomorrow,
Right.
yeah. I mean, shit. But we're talking holiday 2017. I mean, it's not tomorrow.
I still say they might get delayed, but I mean, this is a lot of undertaking they're taking.
I don't think it's going to get delayed. I think when they came out at E3 and announced it with a release date, I think they put their foot down with it. Like,
Well,
I
let
really
me ask
think
you a
they.
question: if it was delayed 3 months, 4 months, is that really the end of the world, or would it hurt it?
No, but it would hurt it. I think so, because the Neo will be out by then. I think it would hurt it, especially
Yeah.
considering they came out and said that it was going to release holiday 2017. I don't think it's going to get delayed though. They wouldn't come out and put their foot down like that if they weren't really solid about that release date. All right,
So-
I think we should. I think we're done with that letter. Or next, please,
Okay.
host.
Hello, is Microsoft's decision to skip Gamescom a cause for concern over the health of Microsoft Studios? Are they suffering from consequences from shuttering studios? Do you think they may plan to have a briefing before the end of the year? No, not at all.
You know-
I don't think you're going to see another Xbox briefing this year. But early next year, yes, I could totally see that.
I said this before, and I'll say it again. I'd rather have a poor announcement year with great games than a poor game year with great announcements. You know, and it's not trying to be some kind of like backstabbing kind of thing. Like, I really mean it. Like, I'd rather a year where we get a great game lineup, even if there's not many announcements to be excited over, versus a year where there's a lot of great exciting announcements and nothing for games. And it's true on the Sony side. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I couldn't care even if the next event is the next E3. I think that's perfectly fine, considering they already have this year. They already got a solid lineup. You know.
It's true. I think
I
they're gonna have a huge. I agree with Dustin. I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna have another conference, but E3. I think that they're gonna be really going all in on Scorpio. So they'll have a lot of new games then. But this is gonna be a time off where you're not gonna get any announcements. I don't think, which is a little unfamiliar territory for Xbox fans.
But I'm like, with the quality of the lineup coming up, I'm not
Worried.
It doesn't worry me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next letter. Should Microsoft consider bringing other original Xbox ports to Xbox One like they are doing with Phantom Dust? I would love to see MechAssault made for Xbox One.
I don't want to see them do ports one at a time. I want to see them just open backwards compatibility again with original Xbox. I would rather, I want to be able to play MechAssault again and all that. I don't like the idea of just doing one at a time. But that's just me.
All right.
Anyone?
Tim?
What was this exactly? What were we
Like,
just
you know
talking
how
about?
Phantom Dust is being ported over to the Xbox One from the original Xbox? They're just
Mhm.
redoing the online code and stuff so it works, but it's not exact. It's not like an HD port or anything. It's just the original game running on an Xbox One through the new Xbox Live servers.
That's what's coming.
That's what's coming with Phantom Dust.
Oh, that sucks.
Would you be cool with that on any like other games on the original Xbox?
Uh, yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's nothing that I'm going to get super excited about, to be honest.
I mean, fucking Crimson Skies holds up. I'd be totally down for fucking.
Yeah, Crimson Skies. Agreed.
Like even
I agree
even
there.
without
That's
an
a
HD
good
port,
one.
it holds up. You know.
Yeah, I that is one game that you hit the one game that it's like a lot of the like backwards compatibility. Red Dead Redemption was one of those games, and that Crimson Skies is just, I think we all can agree that was
I think
such a great idea that just did not do what we thought it was going to do. It should have done better.
And it needs to be like Crimson Skies. If they do that, it needs any game like that. They need to do where it's available now. They can't.
I think they should have a team that just does this, though. I think they should just make a team that just goes back to their first party original Xbox titles and just does what they're doing for Phantom Dust and just does it for the greatest hits. Like, I'd like to see Midtown Madness do it. I'd like to see Mech Assault do it, Crimson Skies. Their first party, their good first party lineup. The original Fortune Motorsport. I mean, I'd buy those if they did it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've covered that one. Your mama's so stupid. She bought tickets to Xbox Live. I'm just kidding. I'm sure all your mothers are lovely.
I feel like
no
that.
Bones.
I feel like your mothers are lovely is just it's just that joke in that last line was a way of getting away with that last line.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? I'm actually CCing. Did you guys see Mike Ybarra post that picture of the Gears console?
Yes.
Did you? To me, I thought the whole thing was red. I really like the way that looks. It looks like it has black in it, right?
You mean? Oh, yeah. I see the picture.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I thought it was all red. It's a nice console, though. You guys, you don't really think that it's great?
I think it looks
It
good.
looks fine. I just feel like it's like a trick. I loved my. You can ask Jason. I had the Xbox 360 limited edition Gears console. I loved it. It was a great console. This one looks cool, but I really like the white console.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the white console is beautiful. It really is.
Robot white, is that what they call it?
Yeah, I'm getting both, I think. I'm returning my PS4 and an Xbox, and that money will get the white, and then I'll just bag lunches and try to not to spend money and work as much as I can to pay off this other monstrosity.
Do what you got to do, Tim.
Okay.
Do what you got to do.
I got it because of once we get done with these letters, I got to do something for Wicked. Team Fallout versus Team Elder Scrolls. If you had to choose one, which franchise would you adopt? Choose wisely.
What do you mean, as a child or as a developer? Or...
Well, it's the same dev. I mean, it's just if I had to choose a universe, Elder Scrolls, because I'm we just got Fallout 4 and I didn't give a fuck about it. I tried to give a fuck about it and I just couldn't. Elder Scrolls has much more potential.
I want to say Fallout because I like Fallout.
No, it's fine.
I don't think the problem is with it.
I mean,
I don't think there's a problem with the universe. I think it's the problem with what they did with Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think if it was co-op and it had a lot better stories written in it, I think it would be a much better game. Like, it really had bad stories. Like, and it didn't, like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, Witcher ate their fucking lunch, and that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and Witcher had a lot of great stories,
Yeah.
and even if it didn't have co-op, I mean, at least it had great stories.
Like I don't remember once going, "Hey Tim, did you do that thing in Fallout that did this?" Like there was never that moment in the beginning of Fallout. Like
I thought Fallout was good, but I just don't think it was comparable. I think Elder Scrolls is much better.
no, but what I'm saying, like in
Oh,
Fallout 3, you had that moment where it's like, "Did you get the Megaton? Did you blow it up? Did you not blow it up?" I mean, what?
right.
Oh my God! Like, what did you do? Like you had that pinnacle moment that altered the game. You didn't have that in Fallout 4. Not in the beginning. Like it was just like, yeah, go to that city. Go on.
Dad's here.
Oh, is Dad here? Cool, Dad's here.
Dad's here.
But
He wants
like,
to know why there's a sword next to his name.
why is there a sword next to him in his name? Because he's a mod.
Yep.
He can ban people.
Hi, Dad.
Eat a jerk. Okay.
You can't
anyway.
ban Dusty though.
Yeah,
tried.
you can't ban me. I'm I'm unbannable. All right, let's. But yeah, I think Elder Scrolls has more potential right now because of what The Witcher did. They can kind of rip off of Witcher's.
Laura.
Yeah, like Witcher was really really fucking good, and even though you didn't blow up a city in the beginning of it, I remember talking to Tim instantly about, hey, I hit this, and this quest, and I did this thing, and it was like, and I went down this path. And did you fight this werewolf? And like, it was a list of things that was awesome. I just didn't get that in Fallout, personally.
Yeah, well, Skyrim for me was it's maybe my number 2 game of all time, possibly. We talked earlier about games that you got caught up. I was caught up in that game. I was coming home and playing that game for freaking weeks, and I love that game.
I bet you can't wait for that remaster, huh?
You know what? Not really.
No?
I did so many side missions on that. I put a lot of hours into that on Steam. I don't know. I mean, if it's gonna, I played it on PC, so for me, it always looked really good.
Yeah.
I remember at the time playing 1080p on Ultra, I think, or high.
Yeah, it looked really good.
And yeah, so yeah, one of the best games I've ever played. Top 3 for sure. Top 2.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for that set of letters. Thank you, Old No Bones, for writing in. Moving on to the last letter, which is just a really long letter. Let's start. Hey guys, hope you are enjoying your summer of gaming so far. So questions for you gents. Number 1. If Quantum Break got a sequel, where would you like to see the story go in terms of direction? For me, it'd be cool to bring Beth back to give her time powers to go against Martin Hatch and Clarice in a more world hopping trip. I mean, I guess that's fine. Like, I don't know where I want to see that. I'd want to see the game go back in time. Like, that's what I want to. I think the sequel should all take place in the 70s or something. What about you?
I mean, honestly, I don't know where I'd want it to go. I would rather be surprised because I thought the story was good. But honestly, I do want to say, because there's a chance we might not get a sequel to this game, but I mean, even if we don't, I recommend checking out the TV show 12 Monkeys, like the movie. But it has a lot of kind of elements like this does to it, and you might like it. But otherwise, as far as Quantum Break goes, I mean, I agree with Dusty. I'd like to see it more in different time periods, which is kind of like the TV show 12 Monkeys, which is why I brought it up.
No, but yeah, it'd be a lot cooler if he was in. Where did she go? She went to the 80s or the 90s or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah,
I'd like to see him go back there to try to break time so that she survives. Spoilers.
Well, for me, I would like to leave off where it was, and I'm not obviously going to go into things, but the trend though, I want to learn more about Hatch, and if I played the game, what I would really want is to be able to go up against somebody who has my powers and actually use powers against each other in a combat type way. I think that would be really cool if I was fighting somebody and they had their own type of time stops, and I could actually be in a time stop and they could shoot me, and I could take a hit, like have that as the finale or the big sell of the game. But unfortunately, with that being said, I don't think we're ever going to see this game get a sequel, which sucks, but I don't think we're going to get a sequel.
All right, number 2, is the Fable franchise toxic after Fable Legends debacle, or do you think Microsoft is still planning to utilize the IP to give us more traditional Fable? I really do think they're going to keep it, because like they would not sell Rare because everybody wanted to buy the Fable IP with, not Rare, Lionhead. They wanted to sell Lionhead, but people wanted to buy Lionhead, I should say, but they wanted to buy the Fable IP along with it, and they refused. So
Yeah, that was a funny thing about that whole controversy. Is everyone was like, "Why didn't they try selling Lionhead?" They did. No one wanted to buy them.
well, without the Fable IP.
Well, yeah, but the studio itself, which people were like, "Why didn't they just try selling the studio?" Well, they did. No one wanted it without the IP. I mean, they didn't want the studio; they wanted the IPs. They didn't care one bit about the studio. Um, I don't think Fable Legends has made it toxic, the franchise. I think if they made a Fable 4, it'd be fine. I don't think anyone would look at Legends and go, well, this game's going to suck because of Legends. Honestly, I think if anything will hurt the next Fable, it's going to be the fact that there's a new developer working on it. But I think they are going to make another Fable game, though. I mean, you don't keep the IP if you're not going to utilize it. Although, as I say that, Microsoft has a lot of IPs right now they're not using. So, I mean, but I think they kept Fable for a reason. So,
Tim, do you think we'll see another Fable?
Me, I don't think it's toxic. I think it's just a matter of they try to do something that was with the times at the time when they came up with the idea, but it grew out of the times and pretty much a mistake. But I don't think the Fable name has been hurt or is toxic just because the game never released. It's just one of those things you look back at the developmental failure, and you never released. So a new Fable would definitely garner some interest, but I don't know if it's the Microsoft's risk going to take that to think that game is going to sell. I think if the Scorpio is selling well and it's starting to get a big base, I think it's a good idea to have Fable 4 and do it the right way. Have nice graphics and have its traditional RPG the way we all wanted, and just move from there.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Who do you think the target demographic on the Xbox One based on how certain titles perform? For example, titles like Ori, Titanfall, and Killer Instinct are relatively successful titles, whereas Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive didn't do as well. By the way, they don't just have to be exclusives.
I think it's just like the normal North American ideal for what games should be. Platformers and fighting games and first-person shooters are popular. Meanwhile, games like Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive, which are kind of like more unique and out there, just aren't as popular. I mean, it sucks, but it's the way it is. I mean, if Quantum Break was just like a Call of Duty clone, it probably would have been more popular, sadly. But it wasn't. So, plus, I wouldn't go too far out of saying Quantum Break wasn't that popular. I think it sold pretty well. It
was the writer, the person with the letter, talked about two games that were second party developers compared to first party. I think first party developers have. I think that they've shown that they've had a little more support, and when you look at like Turn 10 and Playground, you look and they work together. They have an engine running on a platform that everyone said was inferior platform, and they're running a game 1080p or 1080p 30 frames with 4 MSAA or 1080p 60 frames per second. The engine developed in house for next generation was. Those are advantages that you get compared to those second party games. I think where you kind of have an older engine and that type of stuff. So comparatively of that. So I think first party gets a little more in-house development type perks, and it shows.
All right. Let's see. Given the success of Killer Instinct, why do you think it's taken so long for Microsoft to do more IP revivals? Is it the case of looking for the right developer, or do you think they've been dragging their feet because they've been trying to gauge interest in certain franchises like Battletoads, Perfect Dark, etc.?
Well, I think bottom line, first off, is that Killer Instinct becoming popular took a lot of effort and a lot of time, and it was kind of lucky. I mean, just because you revive an IP that used to be popular is not a guarantee that it's going to be popular again. I mean, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, and like I said, it also takes luck. I think Killer Instinct really is lucky to be such a great. Well, it's lucky and it took a lot of hard work, but I think it's pretty lucky it got as successful as it even did.
And that it got 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we got 3 seasons out of it's amazing, and they were back and forth. They were back and forth on it for a while, and them bringing it to PC really helped us get a 3rd season. And them, like, I hope PC sales and everything pushes it to get a 4th season. Like, I don't want to see that franchise like die or anything. I want to see it just continue to expand. I think it's a great free-to-play strategy for them to give that game out for free and allow people to use one character per week and allow people to decide if they want to buy this huge lineup of fighters. I mean, I think it was good business for them to do it, but I think it just shows you how much work you got to put behind something to actually get something like that to be successful. Tim?
I agree with him. The latter. I think that they are a little gun shy, and they try to they try to see gets the interest. But I do think that they're a little gun shy with these IPs and moving forward. I mean, Killer Instinct was it looks like it was a successful model, and I'm waiting for them to finally go ahead with a Battletoad and go ahead with or go ahead with a Fable. I'm waiting for that, but I do feel like they are a little gun shy. Like they're trying to figure out what could be that game, and they're trying to kind of put things out there maybe and take it from there. I think they're trying to get because I know Phil. I would say Phil, in my opinion, and Shannon obviously does this too, but they have a little trepidation with certain games, like a game like Shenmue. People had asked Phil all those times. He never did Shenmue because he knew it wouldn't sell. There'd be just a group of people that are so passionate about it, but I think that in his own, I don't know if that's fact, but I just being that people had asked him for so much that he was gun shy with that because he doesn't think it's sell, and that's the whole thing. Is they want to put out a game that's going to sell, whether it's going to be Banjo or whatever. They don't want to put something out that's obviously going to fail, and I think they are a little. I would say they are a little gun shy, and they're trying to figure that out along the way. But the popularity of the console and how it sells and how Scorpio sells will affect those decisions. If the console's not doing well, it's not winning during the holidays, it's getting outpaced, software sales favor Sony, you might see a lot more trepidation in one of those IPs and or the size of the game. They might take a safer risk and do a recore type deal.
Yeah. All right. What are your top 5 titles that you want on backwards compatibility at this moment? For me, it's Far Cry 3, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Forza Horizon, Geometry Wars 2, Fable Anniversary. Personally, I would love to see Crackdown 1 and 2 and Geometry Wars Retro Evolve 2. Those are, like, I don't really have 5 that stick out, but
Same on you, Dusty.
yeah.
I have like 2. Oh, I have 4. I have Lost Odyssey,
Yeah.
Blue Dragon. I want to see them. I want to see Forza Horizon 1, which I don't think we'll see because of licensing. And oh man, what was the game? I just lost it. It'll come back to me. But they're those are the 3 that I want. And there's 2 more. I can't remember what it was, but it just was it's on the tip of my tongue. But I would love to see that. I would love to see. I can't remember it. It'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, you could toss Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey on my list, I guess, and that'd be 5.
Yeah.
Project Gotham Racing.
Oh yeah, that's
Can't
a good
believe
one.
you guys forgot that one. Jesus.
Yeah, that's good.
Forza Horizon, Overg Fighters. Yes, I said it. I think me and Dusty are the only ones that know what Overg Fighters is.
Project Gotham Racing's very good though. That one.
Crackdown. I have to go with
Crackdown,
Crackdown too. And shit, what else? There's so many
I
good
know.
360 games.
Now I know what it was. I want NCAA, the last NCAA football game, the NCAA football 2014, because I think that would be really fun to play.
But yeah, that's me.
All right, and we'll finish it up saying thanks, Will. P.S. Tell Jason I found his bucket of slop in front of my house and I want it gone immediately.
Nope.
All right.
It's your bucket of slop now.
Your bucket of slop. Yep. Okay. Moving on to the news. It's time to go to the news, guys. We've been talking about the news for a while. Now it's time to actually get to it. So, Xbox at Gamescom. It's just not happening this year, guys. Well, they'll be there. Just not no press conference. They're going to have a fan fest event. Excuse me. Stuff like that. But yeah, there's not going to be any big conference with any, huge news or anything.
Sony's not even going to do a conference.
Yeah.
Like Gamescom, like there technically, there are no big conferences at Gamescom.
So, yeah, we kind of talked about this earlier in the show. Tim, you have anything to add on to it other than what we said earlier? I mean, I think
there isn't much
Tim
to say.
went to the restroom. Yeah, Gamescom is. I mean, it sucks. It's going to be a lack of news. I was hoping for like a bunch of news at Gamescom, especially because I wanted to see Crackdown 3. It makes sense because they got a lot of titles they got to push this Christmas, though, that they wouldn't be, try to announce a bunch of 2017 titles right before the Christmas titles.
I think if they're smart, though, Dusty, they're going to wait till the next E3, because if they can wait till the next E3 and then they can show Crackdown 3 on Scorpio and all these other games that they're going to have next year on Scorpio, I think that would be the smart thing to do. I mean, am I wrong?
I'd like to see an event in February or March.
Yeah.
Just it doesn't have to be the largest event ever, but just maybe even in January, I'd like to see an event.
I mean, they got plenty of games announced up till next E3.
Yeah.
I mean, they got quite a few games, actually. But I think they really want to set a tone next year.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm ready for it, though. I want to see more games. I want to see new trailers for games. Like people try to make it sound like, oh, they're just trying to cover or whatever. It's like, no, I want all those things just like everybody else. But at the same time, I understand.
I don't want to be in the position of a Sony gamer either. I don't want to be sitting back and going, well, all these games are announced.
Yep.
But they're not coming out for fucking ever. It's like.
But yeah, I want some CGI trailers. But January, February. I kind of hope they have an event. But like they've already announced that they're going to be doing a bunch of stuff at Comic-Con and stuff like that. Maybe they're just splitting it up into a bunch of smaller events.
I think that they're going to have a little downtime, and now they're in development. They're not going to go into a release of a refresh console without some games on the horizon.
Yeah.
Microsoft really can't catch a break on the CG thing. And I was listening to one of the major media sites, and they actually said that Microsoft had too much CG at their E3 presentation. And it just
yeah,
the only CG like the CG in Tekken is actually part of the game. The thing they were showing off is they seamlessly go between the CG and the gameplay. And the CG for Halo Wars 2, I mean, that was quickly followed by the gameplay. I mean, CG is a big part of Halo Wars. I mean, the cutscenes are an awesome part of Halo Wars. So it's just dumb.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next article. Gears of War 4 Xbox One S console leaks. It leaked what is it, like yesterday, and now it's up on Amazon. You can actually go and pre-order it for $4.49. Comes with the deluxe version of the game and a red Xbox One S console with an amazing looking controller. We talked about it earlier in the show.
2 terabyte.
Yeah, 2 terabyte drive. Essentially, you're saving $50 if you were planning on buying a console in the Gears of War game by buying this bundle instead. So, yeah, go out, pick it up. It looks awesome. I know Tim. I know you're really excited for it.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm having a problem with my mic right now.
Oh, okay. The only other thing...
yes, I actually bought it. I'm sorry. I actually bought the console. I saw Ybarra, his console. It's really sexy console, and it's a 4K player too, which is that's it to me. It's just action. There's so much in value in it. To me is I'm for it. I just love that theme of it. I think it's really one of the prettier consoles they ever made.
I'd like to see them release a blue team Halo one, just a blue console, or maybe
they could make a lot of nice looking consoles with this design.
Yeah,
you really could, because you can stand it up. No, you couldn't do that before.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. There ain't much to say about that.
All right, moving on. The Loot Crate Gears of War edition. What is it, like $179?
Yeah, it is.
I won't get that.
Huh?
I'm not getting that one.
It really depends on what's in it. Is it really $180 worth of shit, or is it shit?
Collectible shit, Yeah. It'll be for collectors, but
I mean, I like
I'm
Gear
sure
stuff,
there's going to be
I'm not dropping that kind of cash.
I can already tell you what you're gonna get COG tags. You're gonna get a statue. You're gonna get probably a soundtrack or some bullshit, a T-shirt, and some little booklet you're gonna throw away within 30 seconds. I just don't. I can't think of something. If it was like $30 or $40, but $100. That's a lot of money for a loot.
Probably not. It's probably nice quality stuff, but again, it's for these collectors and stuff like that. And they seem to have a lot of people that do this. So
yeah,
you'd be surprised.
How I look at it is, I'm gonna end up I'm spending so much money this year. It's just something that's not on the list.
I know. My mind's blown too.
If I was a PlayStation gamer and this was like the Uncharted Loot Crate or something, maybe because that would be my big purchase. But yeah, there's just too. As an Xbox gamer, I think there's too much shit for you to buy this year already. I mean, even for Xbox a person that buys almost everything, This is an expensive year. There's so many games and everything coming. Just thinking about picking up another $200 object or a bunch of objects is just mind blowing right now.
Well, you know the problem with this is you're dropping $200 and you don't even know what the fuck you're getting.
Yeah.
It's one thing when you buy a console, but you don't even know what the hell you're getting. You don't know if it's worth 200. The thing you could be getting in this box that's worth $150, you could probably not even care about. And what do you do then?
Yeah,
You know?
you know what it is? We're all big gamers and we all like the new stuff. Microsoft has us in a position where we have a lot of freaking expenses coming up and stuff like this, where Dustin kind of pointed it out. If it was like an Uncharted type thing, maybe and there was nothing really at that time, maybe you would do it. But at this point, you look at this, like 179. Sorry, I'd rather just save.
No, if it's between me buying a Gears of War Elite controller and this, it's the Elite controller,
100%. Yeah.
Unless this comes with an Elite controller.
Oh, because of the Elite controller, it's fucking done deal. But it's not. Like, it's just.
I could see this having the Gears of War controller, the normal one.
Maybe.
That's coming with the console. I don't know.
All right, let's move on from this article. Capture cards now supported with Twitch for broadcasters on Xbox Live. So if you have a capture card like the Wicked Soul does now, and you're sitting there, you're going, hey, I want to be able to take, my high quality stream, have an overlay over it, and I want it so that it shows up on the Xbox Live Marketplace. As long as your account is connected to your Xbox Live account, it'll see you're playing the game. It'll just allow it to broadcast. That way you can kind of grab more people through it. Like, you don't have to sit there and worry about, my friends aren't going to be able to see my stream if they're on Xbox. Like, they're just not, it's not in the same way. So it's really cool that they figured this out so that people can use their Elgatos and still get all, like, the benefits of streaming directly off their Xbox. But yeah, you still need a PC and everything and hooking it up correctly, and it's definitely not the easy way.
If you're to the point where you're streaming, you should have a PC. I mean, I just want to say that, or at least a laptop.
Yeah. All right, as in nobody else actually streams here, so we're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
Evolve will be free to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One after the beta on PC. So, well, if you're into Evolve, they're gonna make it free.
Even free, I'm not interested in playing it. Even free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it, even with everything unlocked, without having to go through free to play, and it was still bad. So,
well, for us, it's still the same game. It's not like anything's different. We're still playing. It's still free for us to play. We already own it.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, it's not that good. I'm sorry. I'll put it right there. It's not that good of a game. I just because the community's coming back because they're making it free doesn't mean that it's going to be worth playing.
It should have been free to play at launch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I kind of feel the same way.
All right. Moving
should have
on.
just monetized all those skins and shit that they sold.
Yeah.
NPD to begin tracking digital game sales in the U.S.
Yes, they are.
As long as the publisher gives the numbers.
Not every publisher so far. They didn't say anything about Sony and Microsoft, but I got to think Sony and Microsoft are going to be part of it, because how else are they going to get the numbers? Because they're going to get numbers from PSN and Xbox Live. So how are they going to get those numbers without Sony and Microsoft?
Well, Microsoft will give the numbers to the developer, then the developer would give them to the NPD group.
Oh, okay.
That
makes sense.
Or they would have some kind of an agreement.
Yeah.
Because I'm all for this. I think that it's I remember when the NPDs would have freaking the physical actual numbers. You talk about NPD being fun. That's when it was really fun, when you actually saw the actual numbers. And as it went on, it got further and further away from that, to the point where they weren't even counting digital. And now they're I think they're trying to get back to where legitimacy, I mean, if you could track the digital and put it in there, I think it's a big thing. Then you kind of really get a clearer picture of who did what and what, where the game sold more, which console, that type of stuff.
Yeah, but
And you know what? This
I
this
don't
really
think
goes.
Phil wants to do that. Like, I don't think he.
I don't think Phil cares about
Like,
MPDs.
yeah, I think like what he did with the console sales and all this shit, he's kind of declared a war on the console war itself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he'll ever actually, because he doesn't need. Why the fuck does Microsoft care if some MPD group knows how much it's sold on Xbox Live? Like, they don't. Like, it doesn't affect them. You know why? Because they know how much they sold, and they know how many they sold physically.
Right.
There's no benefit to Microsoft to do this, other than just to have an e-penis. Like, there's no, and is everything so far they've shown that they don't want to have. He doesn't want to be in that conversation anymore. He doesn't want to have to sit here and tell you, oh, we sold this many units over PlayStation, we're doing phenomenal. Like, he doesn't want to be in that conversation no more. He wants to just be like, hey, we're doing great, we have this many active users, everything's awesome, let's continue this, the hype train. It's I don't know, like, I don't know if they'll actually ever end up using it or doing it. Like, I just don't see him this being in their like in their ballpark anymore. I could be wrong though. Like, I'll take it, but I don't think Phil's interested in that conversation anymore.
Although, the funny thing is it shows that everyone that keeps saying digital sales don't represent a lot. If they didn't, then the MPD wouldn't care to do this.
Yeah,
Like, digital sales are starting to count for a lot. They really
I know.
are.
Like, they were already up to about 40%. Now, by the end
Yeah.
of next year, they might even top 50. Like, it's going to be where people buy games. You buy them digitally. Like, that's just.
I
how
think
it
people
is.
go. If you're listening to this podcast, you can stop downplaying digital sales now.
And with Microsoft doing Play Anywhere, like, their digital sales are really going to matter. Like, you're going to see people go, hey, why buy it on, a physical copy when I could buy a digital copy and get it for multiple devices, and it just works. It could really hurt physical numbers. But, yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Here's how you can play Fallout Shelter on PC.
We're doing a little Windows 10 news.
Yeah.
Well, it's PC news, but it's a bit Windows 10 news.
So Windows Central reports, you can go and download the Bethesda installer. I played like 10, 15 minutes of it. Works good. It's Fallout Shelter. Like, it's nothing I would like run home to play or anything, but it's a decent game.
How you do it is you go and download the Bethesda.net launcher, make an account, log in, click Fallout Shelter, click install, you're good to go. Like, it's really easy, nothing really complicated. And we will be continuing to do some Windows news, but it's really going to depend on how gaming related it is. So, we'll see how it goes. I thought this was a nice thing we should include, though.
All right. Well, we've kind of reached the end of news. Let's just talk about what we've been playing. And I gotta say, I've been playing Minecraft again, guys. A lot of fucking Minecraft. It's because it's what I do. I like to break blocks. But that's not what we really should talk about. So I played Forza 6, and I bought the 10 car. What is it called? The 10 car
Select pack.
The select pack. And
I heard about this.
let me tell you, Tim, if you want to have a good
Astro.
fucking time, you get in the semi, you go to Nürburgring, and you drive on that fucking track. Because the truck is, honest, at some points, just as wide as the track is. Like, you're driving the biggest fucking vehicle you can imagine. On the smallest little track.
30
I saw
35.
you posted a picture up on Twitter, right, of
Yeah.
the truck. Yeah, that's how is it playing?
Oh,
Is
it's
it-
just, I don't know if it's real or not, but it's just fucking funny as shit.
It handles like a sports car, which
Yeah.
isn't surprising. If you go on YouTube and look at the trucks go around a track, those things turn like a motherfucker. Like, they are not slow moving, bad turning trucks. That thing has, like, I think 30,000 torque
Yeah.
or some shit. It's at 1,200 horsepower. And you can upgrade it. You can take the restrictors off and get like 3,500 torque, 1,300 horsepower. It's a barrel of fun.
Right.
So the last time I've been on the show, I also
And
played,
how much is it?
$7. I think it was $6.99.
I also recommend checking out the Ford Indy car they added this pack. Absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah.
Not something a lot of people know about though. Check it out though.
Played some Cell Damage HD. I think we already talked about Inside. I beat Inside. It's a good game.
I played MechWarrior Online.
Yeah. How was that?
It's pretty good. If you miss the days of MechWarrior, I'd say check it out. It's pretty damn good. A lot of customization, a lot of different types of weapons you can use. You can set up the way every mech is built. It's pretty good. I also played some World of Tanks today. World of Tanks is World of Tanks. It's good. It's World of Tanks, so not much to expand on it on. But that's about it, other than probably like Halo 5. And oh, you know what? I was playing Star Trek Online. They have a new they released a new expansion this week. It's the original Star Trek expansion. And what you do is you go on Star Trek Online and you create a new character and create a time agent. And you start off in Kirk's time, and you get all you dress up like, the time period and all that. You create a character dressed like that. And then it's all set up like original Star Trek. The Gorn look like they're in leather suits in the game, which is hilarious. Like, it all looks like the way it did on the original TV show. The sound effects are all original TV show. I think one of the missions in the game is actually you on the Enterprise with Kirk and everything, and you go into a meeting that ambassadors are doing or whatever, and they actually play the audio from the episode of the two ambassadors talking, and you're there to fix the timeline, and it's really cool. Like, they did a really good job with it. So if you're a Star Trek guy, I highly recommend it, and it's free. Like, you don't have to pay for this at all. You can get it on Steam, or you can just download the game separately, but I highly recommend it.
What have you played, Tim? Anything good?
Well, I finished Inside. I gave it an 8. Felt it was a good game. I think that they fell short in a couple of areas, but overall,
Fantastic game.
one of the better fantastic games going for Xbox. A little short, even though I took, I take time, but I could tell it was short. I just was stuck on boards for hours. But I've been playing that. Last night I played Forza 6, and I'm in a dilemma where I think I'm on the European 1 of 6 stat track, and I picked a car that's way too underpowered, and I can't get past 7th place. So I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to either build up some credits and buy a new car. But that's where I'm playing that. I love Forza 6. Great. I'm still trying to do the career and finish it. And I also played, and I got to really say, I played Killer Instinct last night. Wow. This game, I mean, I've always played. I always thought it was beautiful. I played with Tusk versus, I think it was Spinal. The graphics on this game are they are improved first and foremost. They are gorgeous with the particle effects and everything. This game in 4K, I want to see what this looks like in 4K. But overall, Killer Instinct, played that a bit last night and very impressed. And I've also been playing Madden, which I'm in my 3rd season, and I'm undefeated right now, 10-0.
And you know what about Killer Instinct? Have you seen that game in 4K yet?
No,
I oh my god!
It must look amazing. I mean, I was thinking last night, I'm like, if this game's in 4K with all these particle effects, the way this looks. You've seen it in 4K?
I've run it in 4K. It looks absolutely fucking amazing. Like, there's and it's not like one of those games where you run it in 4K and you're like, oh, that texture looks bad at this resolution, that texture looks bad. No, that game looks like it looks built for 4K. It looks absolutely amazing. The particle effects, all of it. I showed Dusty it in 4K too. I don't know if Dusty remembers, but it looks damn good.
So, well, I guess that's it for game talk. I think I'm gonna end up buying a 1080 for my birthday, guys.
Oh wow!
think that's the big gift this year. We get a 1080. So we're gonna start building a PC to actually really do the podcast, as we have our PCs kind of struggle when we have like 6 people on the
Yeah.
show doing like
And we
six,
got good PCs.
Yeah, doing
we
like
don't have bad PCs, but it's still not good enough.
yeah, trying to like put together like 6 different audio files all at the same time and everything. It can be a little hard for the CPUs to handle, but I think I want to go all out and buy a 1080, and that way I get some real VR. And I want to buy either an Oculus or a Vive. I'm leaning towards a Vive though. Like, I think I'm gonna go.
I think you're right with the Vive. I hate to say that, but because I like Oculus, but the Vive seems to have the better motion control too.
Yeah.
That the motion controller I heard is more spot
And
on.
I actually have
I
a
don't-
place that's about 20 by 20 that I can go in and do full room VR.
That's huge.
Yeah, so
I don't think Microsoft is choosing sides either. I think for Scorpio, I think VR support's going to be both Vive and Oculus.
Could it?
I know a lot
That'd be really cool.
yeah.
Yeah, there is no reason they couldn't do both. And I know a lot of people are like, well, they don't want to hurt their partnership. Like, they don't care about that. Like,
Well,
VR
I
is
mean,
probably the smallest partnership ever they have. Like,
Exactly. It is a small
it's not
part.
like some giant partnership. It's like it's
that
not
big
like
yet.
Oculus is going to
potential.
go. Where else is Oculus going to go in the console business? To Sony. Sony's got a Morpheus. Why the fuck would they care?
Oh.
You know?
I think
Um,
Oculus is going to be is very likely. It could be exclusive though too, where they make Xbox games. I don't know. Obviously, they can't make it's their device. I don't think Xbox is ever going to have their
Well,
own.
the reason I say that, Tim, sorry, I nearly called you Vern. The reason I say that, Tim, is because you had Tim Sweeney on stage at E3 say, talk about Fallout on Xbox Scorpio. Do you know what device Fallout runs VR on?
Oculus?
No, Vive.
Really?
Yes,
Interesting.
that's why I think I don't think they're going to sit
kind of
there and
want
go one or
Vive.
the
I like Vive. Listen, it could be both, but if it's going to be one, I would rather have Vive.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
And I'm not the biggest. Hey, I'm probably the biggest Steam hater on the podcast. I fucking hate Steam. But Vive just seems like it's the better course. Like, it's just the better way to go right now. Like, it just, to me.
I think Jeffrey Grubb from the he's from VentureBeat, or I always get him mixed up, but he's a journalist. He's told me he's used it. I think he prefers. I don't want to ask him tonight. I think he prefers Vive too.
Oh,
He's-
Linus! If you guys watch Linus on YouTube, Linus Tech Talk or whatever, Linus Tech Tips, one of their guys did a video on the two too recently about which one you should buy, and he was pretty harsh on the Oculus too, because of the lack of good motion controls, and the
Yeah.
fact that it's really not a better device than the Vive. Like the Vive, bottom line, is a better device visually, motion control wise. Although
I like with the Vive I think you have earpieces too built into the Vive.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
the
I
thing
like.
is, I didn't like how he kept going. Well, the Oculus sucks because the Xbox controller. It's like, no, I mean the Xbox controller is there so you can use a controller. It's not the Xbox controller's fault that it doesn't have good motion controller support yet. That's Facebook's fault or
Yeah.
Oculus's fault.
That should have been there day one.
Like that's their fuck up.
I still think that the VR is still toting a very unstable grounds. Like I agree that there is a buzz, but it's not like this buzz is something where it's a lockdown knockout punch.
Yeah.
It could very well be something that people try out and like for 6 months and then they fade. And if that's the case, that's not good. They don't really have that game where I think that people are like, I needed to get this and try this.
Well, neither.
They
of
don't
them
have
do,
the
honestly,
market.
but it's one of those things. Like, if you're gonna spend that kind of money, fucking the Vive it just seems a little bit better. And there's workarounds to allow you to
Yeah.
play all the Oculus games on the Vive anyway. So you might as well make it so that you have the best experience and just have a Vive.
Like no
Yeah.
VR device has market penetration yet, which is why I think
Exactly.
they're trying. which is what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
market penetration has not been made yet.
It does not feel like it's like getting this mass,
Like
mass
4K,
acceptance.
4K TVs are actually getting market penetration right now. They're
Yeah,
slowly getting out there.
I agree.
VR is not. Like VR is very slowly making its way into the market, but it's not like selling like insane numbers. Like you don't go into Best Buy right now and have a VR station with like 3 VR headsets to try out. Like you don't, you don't even have one. Not at least in my Best Buy.
I just feel like VR is it's supposed to be the next thing. It's supposed to be the next expectation. It's supposed to be this thing that jettisons off. I don't know. I don't get that feeling, to be honest. I don't get that feeling at all. I feel like it's very possible that this whole VR thing is not as big as or the mass majority of media. I think everyone thinks it's going to be this big thing. I don't necessarily know if that's true. I think it might be something that gets traction in the beginning and then, like I said, falls off. Yeah, I mean, you got to have something that makes you want to have that thing always on. I mean, if you try it out, it's cool the first time and it's a new experience. That gets old after a while.
Hold on, Tim. Let's just put this on the table real quick. Porn isn't going to be it. Porn's not saving VR.
Nope.
It's not going to be porn. The argument doesn't work anymore. It's not VHS.
Well, I do think the apps are another thing that could help VR. But one of the things that I think we all thought about was when Pokemon got so big this week. You have you're looking for something. You put 2 and 2 together. Something like a wireless headset that you can wear that could give you holograms in real AR environments.
Yeah.
AKA HoloLens, could be something that actually catches on to the craze. And obviously, we're talking, 5 years.
Well, I think Pokemon Go shows why AR is so much better than VR.
Yeah, that's what my point is.
AR it gets you outside. It gets you socializing.
The first. The first time you can put glasses on somebody and go walk outside and look to the right and there's a fucking Pikachu, and then you can literally look down, see a bag of Pokeballs, pick one up, and then throw it at the Pokemon because the fucking the HoloLens has motion capturing equipment built into it. Like that's it. Like that game over. Fucking VR's dead. AR won. Like
It's true. Well, Pokemon is kind of.
And the best thing about fucking HoloLens is when people go and they're about to fall into a fucking manhole, it can go, "Hey, wait a second, stop! You're about to fall off a cliff.
You're about to hit a manhole.
you're about to
stop."
The amount of stories of people getting hurt fucking playing Pokemon Go are hilarious.
It's gonna get worse.
And it's gonna get worse, but HoloLens could fix that.
Plus, it can record when you find a dead body.
Yes, so it's one of those things that's I don't know. Like I'm totally down to see AR take off. Like VR, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna have the room to do like the big room VR, which is awesome, and I totally would love a Pokemon game in a VR headset that was an RPG that you could walk around and have battles.
I don't even care about the VR game. Just give me an HD fucking Pokemon on console.
Yeah.
Like, is it that fucking hard? Why can that? And, we hear this over and over again. They don't need to do that. And then you look at the success of Pokemon Go. They can almost do anything with Pokemon.
Their stock fucking soared after Pokemon Go. And it's
33%.
It's like, why not just,
for
the love of God, just make
HD Pokemon.
Make HD Pokemon. Pokemon Go just proves that the adult generation that grew up playing that game. Because look, I'm 30 years old now. That game was fucking huge when I was in 6th grade. Like, Pokemon was it. That's what everybody played. We bought the fucking cards. That's what we did.
And you know what? If they make the HD version, they can make it VR.
Yeah, make it VR, and that way you can fucking walk around and see Professor Oak or whatever, and I can fucking play
And here's the important part. make that Pokemon available on every fucking device other than Sony or Microsoft, or like other than Xbox and PlayStation. But like, make it available to PC players. Make it available, give it the market it needs.
Yeah.
Don't restrict it to the Wii U. Even though if you do restrict to the Wii U, that I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's your console. It's your right to push your own
Or the NX
hardware
at
with
this
your
point.
games.
Yeah.
Like, that is completely your right. I have no problem with that because I hate when people are like, why can't they just release the game on the platform I own? But I'm still like, when I think about it, I'm like, if this thing hit PC, you got a shit ton of Pokemon guys that will play Pokemon on PC.
Yeah.
So
The community's there.
Yeah.
But, alright. Well, I think we're going to end the show, guys. We've been dragging on talking about everything but Xbox.
it's better than dragging off. No,
Yeah.
that was a bad joke. Sorry.
Well, we're coming up on the season finale of 12 Monkeys, and Dark Matter's
It's good.
on.
It really is good, man.
Yeah.
12 Monkeys is a good fucking show. Have you watched it, Tim?
No, I haven't seen. I don't watch any kind. Honestly, I'm at the point where I just want to get a data circuit, and just have a data circuit and have like maybe some type of, maybe just have the 2 phone lines, I guess. But I don't need TV. I don't watch any TV.
Yeah.
Not even like these
Netflix,
awesome
yeah.
shows. Not even Netflix. I don't even. I hate to say it because as you guys know, this is my field. But I don't watch any TV. I'm pretty much strictly on the computer or on the phone,
Video
and
games.
I don't watch video games is my only outlet, right? Yeah, I watch maybe some Mets games on TV, but I don't watch any of the. The only show I watch is The Walking Dead.
Tim,
Yeah.
it could be worse. You could work for Comcast like Prophecy does.
Well, I heard, yeah, I heard that. I heard that. There's a couple of good shows going on. There's obviously Game of Thrones, but that's like what 7 years.
Oh, you're far back, bro. That's
I
a
don't
lot
even,
of
I
watching.
shouldn't even try.
That's a lot of watching. I wouldn't say you shouldn't try. I mean, but it's a lot of watching.
I mean, there's no big show out right now, right? Oh, I heard that one, Silicon Valley. I heard
Yeah,
is
it's really
okay.
good.
And then
Yeah.
what about the robot one? One Robot or iRobot? Did you
Or
hear
Mr.
about it?
Robot.
Mr. Robot's
Mr.
fucking
Robot.
fantastic.
That's what I heard. Somebody told me to
my
watch.
god, the first, I think, the first 2 episodes aired, and like it's
It's only 2 episodes in.
no, well, they're in the second
2
season,
years.
but
It's that good, huh?
yeah, that show is such a mind fuck and amazing. Like, it's really, really, really good. It's
All
definitely.
right, I think we
worth
should
watching.
end it.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
going on.
All
We're dragging it out.
All right.
We're dragging off.
See ya.
We'll go for it. We're dragging off. See, bye.
Bye.
Toast.
Bye. No,
Toast.
I'm already playing